everyone, welcome back to my channel, Jamaica Roots TV. Hope you're all doing well today. Thanks for liking the video and thank you for subscribing as well. So we have some update on Shellian, the Jamaican cop that was arrested in Florida a couple months ago for drug smuggling. So I have a document here that I'll be reading from. Of the document, it says the U.S. Attorney's Southern District of Florida, Department of Justice, U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District of Florida. Jamaican police officer used their body to smuggle over 1,000 grams of cocaine from Jamaica to South Florida. A police officer from Jamaica has pled guilty in federal district court in Fort Lauderdale to importing cocaine into the United States. As part of her guilty plea, 42-year-old Shellian Shireen Allen, a Jamaican citizen, admitted the following. On February 3rd, Allen arrived at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport on a flight from Montego Bay, Jamaica. An inspection by U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, revealed that Allen had a package of cocaine inside her vagina and a package of cocaine inside each of her bra cups. Allen also had 90 pellets of packaged cocaine inside her stomach, which she had swallowed. CBP officers took Allen to a local hospital where she expelled the 90 pellets. In total, Allen had over 1,000 grams of cocaine on or inside her body when she entered the United States. About 200 in her vagina, about 143 grams in her bra, and about 690 grams inside her stomach. At the time of her arrest, Allen was a law enforcement officer employed by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. United States District Judge Rodolfo A. Ruiz II will sentence Allen on June 15 at 1:30 p.m. in a federal district court in Fort Lauderdale. Allen faces up to 40 years in a federal prison. Juan Antonio Gonzalez, United States Attorney for the Southern District of Florida, and Anthony Salisbury, Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, Miami Field Office, made the announcement. HSI Miami investigated the case. CBP assisted in the matter. Assistant U.S. Attorney William T. Shockley is prosecuting it. So Shellian Allen, the cop from Jamaica that was arrested in the U.S. on Friday, February the 4th of this year, she has now pled guilty and she will be sentenced on June 15th. So in a couple months, she's been in the U.S. now for about 2 months and she has pled guilty to these charges. So just to refresh your memory, she was arrested, as I mentioned, and by Homeland Security Investigation Team shortly after she arrived in Fort Lauderdale in Florida. And she was charged with wire fraud, mail fraud, and drug trafficking, right? So we don't know what is going to happen to those charges, the charges of wire fraud and mail fraud, because right now I think she will only be pleading to the drug trafficking. Maybe she has to go back to court for the other stuff, right? We don't know. So it's alleged wire fraud and alleged mail fraud. And of course, she has pled guilty now to the drug trafficking piece. So the Jamaica Constabulary Force released a press statement saying that she is suspended from the force, right? Okay, so, and they said they will be cooperating and collaborating with the international counterparts in this matter. So basically, if the Homeland Security Office contacted the JCF, they'll be giving them whatever information they can, right? And information coming from international media is that Allen has been accused of being one of the leaders of a lot of scamming organization that fleece millions from unsuspecting victims, right? And these are, a majority of them are elderly Americans, right? A review of numerous accounts tied to this organization revealed a loss amount in excess of 1.69 million from 17 victims across the country, including a Brown County victim. Court document in the case against the police woman states. So not only is she, you know, not only was she arrested for the drug smuggling, but she was also arrested for mail fraud, wire fraud, and mail fraud. So that's two separate things, plus the drug trafficking, right? So let's see what happens. They didn't mention on the document that I read, they didn't mention anything about the wire fraud and the mail fraud. This piece was only focused on the drug trafficking. So is she going to be pulled back into court again about those other two charges, right? Because these are just focused on the, as I mentioned, the drug trafficking. So you can just imagine what's going through her mind at this time. So she just decided, if you plead guilty, I guess you get a lesser sentence. If you plead guilty, if you go through the court and, put up a legal fight, then you may end up with double the years, right? So, and you know how it goes in the U.S., most of the time you have to complete majority of that sentence. So she is 42 and she's facing up to 40 years. We don't know how many years she will get, right? So just add 10, 20, 30 to that, and you know that she's going to be like a senior citizen by the time she comes out, right? So let's see what happens on June 15th. And I hope others are, looking at it and learning from it as well, because there's no point in putting your family through all of this. Plus, you don't get your freedom, right? Your freedom is taken away from you. Someone will be telling you when to shower, when to eat, when to do this, when to do that. It's not a good look, right? And then she is a police officer, right? She is a law enforcement. What are you doing? This is 2022. There's no point. Like, there's so many checks and rechecks. I'm not sure if people are watching a border patrol. They are checking out everything, right? Sometimes they pick up information the minute you put your foot in the airport. And I'm not talking the airport where you're going to. It's the airport where you're coming from, right? And they pick up information in the airplane as well, right? And they're watching you every step of the way. Whatever you do, they're watching, right? So it doesn't make sense trying to gain $1 and then get 40 years because the love of money. It's not money, it's the love of money that will make you do these things. I think she's a corporal, right? She's been in the force 18 years. So I've checked out a corporal's salary, and it's showing online approximately 400,000 per month. And the constable's salary is approximately 126,000 per month. This does not include overtime. So they would get more money if they did overtime. And the 126,000, that is after tax, and that includes a few perks as well that they get on the job. So the corporal salary is very different from a constable's, right? It's there's a huge gap there. It's about 3 to 4 times the constable's salary. This is a good salary, and it does not include overtime. So I think there's no reason to do what she did. Allegedly. Should increase the salary of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Like the police should get an increase in their salary. And there's one person under corporal, right? That pay is about 60-70,000 a month. So that is the DC. And then from the DC it goes to corporal, right? So they should look into increasing this. We don't know if that will help people or stop people from doing this, but they should definitely look into increasing the pay. The scale is way too low, right? And they have a lot of responsibility. They have long hours, and their job is very, very risky, right? The risk of the job, long hours, and there as much. They wish there was more promotions. So, we can look into those things. I really feel bad for this lady, but she is not a teenager. She's a grown woman, and she should know right from wrong, right? I think her son has some problems as well. Like they said he was also arrested, allegedly. So we don't see much information coming out on his arrest, but I believe he was arrested as well. See, we're looking at June 4th, 15th, so probably about 2 months away, 8 weeks. So we'll see how much time Shellian gets, and I really feel for her family back in Jamaica. I know she has a grandfather, and he's saying that he will never see her again. I know she was asking to be, at one point it's alleged that she was asking to be transported back to Jamaica to complete her sentence. I guess she wants to see her family and all of that. So we don't know if they will do that in the US, right? So that's it for me, guys. Take care of yourself and others. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you on the next video.